Hi, it's Jess here from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm bringing you another idea for using paper napkins, serviettes, that I did as part of a workshop for the Rach Umbrella craft retreat. So we're making some sort of faux rice paper glassine, followed a tutorial by Natasha from Treasure Books. So this is the white layer that you get in your napkin after you've taken the other two layers off, and I just painted it with watered down PVA, and I put some people put coffee in it. I put just a re-inker in it to give it a little bit of just a couple of drops was enough, just to give a little bit of a vintage look to it. So out of half a sheet of this, I made a little wee bag, and I used it on the outside of this envelope and tag. So come with me and I'll show you how I did it. Okay, so I am just adding this bit into the video because I realised that I hadn't actually filmed doing this bit. So I've got a cereal bag here, cereal liner, whatever you call it. We had a little bit of a laugh when I asked people to bring a cereal liner, and they were like, what's one of them? When I went, the little bag thing that's in your cereal box. Oh, you mean a cereal bag? I was like, yeah. And I went, before I ever started watching YouTube videos doing things like this, I never actually called these things anything. So yeah. So what you can do, I actually don't do this, I just like guessed, but you can make a little mark on your cereal liner where the edge is of your serviette paper napkin. In the UK we call them serviettes, but everybody else seems to call them paper napkins. So this isn't actually the bottom layer. I've decided for this one I'm going to use the layer in between the top and the bottom, so you've still got a little bit of pattern on it. I thought, let's see what that looks like. And then you realise that you don't have your glue on the table, Joe. Right, so I use, I think I said this in the introduction, this is a mixture of, this is watered down PVA, about 1 to 4, so 3 parts PVA, 1 part water. I have actually used clear PVA, I don't think it makes any difference, and I put a couple of drops of re-inker. I think when I first did it I used Tim Holt's Vintage Photo, but I think this is a soft suede, Stampin' Up soft suede. It can be anything. I took soft suede with me to the retreat, and that's what everybody used. But at the retreat we all used Mod Podge, not matte. I don't know why I didn't put glossy Mod Podge, but that was just how I made my label. And the lovely Emma had been given like a big 4 litre of this stuff, and so she generously said, bring a jar and you can all have a bit. And so this is what most people used. Now I did say at the start of the workshop, I've never done it with Mod Podge. I have seen videos where they say you can do it with Mod Podge, but I said I don't know what the results are going to be. Anyway, I can't find my example because my room is upside down because I'm doing a major overhaul, and I don't know where I did with it. But it's very plasticky. It was quite sticky. I know lots of people find that with Mod Podge, is that the results are quite sticky, where you don't get the stickiness with this, and it's not quite so shiny. So it was, because it was the non-matte stuff, it was shiny on both sides, whereas this, it's not shiny on both sides. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing this is because now this was scheduled to come out later in the week, but the lovely Steph from Hilltop Crafts is doing her collaboration on Monday, and she wanted to be able to link to my video, and it's like, well, it isn't up yet. So I've had to change. So instead of getting the usual haul video that you get on a Sunday, you're getting this. But I just re-edited the video and I'm sticking this bit in. So yeah, it's a bit of time travel. So you start in the past, which is really the future because it shows you what I've made. So these marks show you how big your napkin is, so you can put down your glue in between it. If you're using Mod Podge and white PVA, you can actually see it a bit better. Yeah, so I had to, I'll do anything for Steph. And so yeah, I'm redoing it all. But actually I'm quite glad, because I hadn't filmed this. It must have been, I was in so much of a hurry getting it all sort of done in time for the retreat, and I sort of filmed as I went. I didn't want to redo this when I came back, and I'm glad I didn't, because I came back and I haven't done any crafting because I've just been sorting out my room, and I'm going away again for a week. And so I thought, if I film it all whilst I'm doing it, then that's all my videos whilst I'm away sorted. Yeah, you know what forward planning did, don't you? It allows you to change, which is what I'm doing. So so you might not get, I might do my charity shop haul on Wednesday instead of when this was going out, or I might just skip it for a week. There we go. So then, so you've got your square of glue, and then you pop, doesn't matter if you get wrinkles, but you can't see, there's the bottom. I sort of lay it down. I say I'm not bothered about wrinkles, because I do actually think they add to it, but you can manipulate a little bit once it's down. Don't pull, you sort of push it out with your hands. You can get a bit mucky doing this. So then they go down and they stick nicely to what's underneath. Don't handle it too much, you will get holes. Lots of people got the way, oh, I've made a hole, Jess, I've made a hole, I've ruined it. Well, you haven't really, because the glue will just form over the hole. And it didn't matter for what we're making with it. It didn't actually matter. And then I just put a bit more over the top. You just have to be a little bit gentle. I actually normally use my silicone spreader for this. But when I was looking for the example of the Mod Podge, I went into the bag that I haven't unpacked yet, and found me little pot of brushes that I took to the retreat, and I thought, oh, I'll use a brush. So yeah, you just brush them on, and so you covered both sides. Now what we found, because we used glossy Mod Podge, that you've got glossy on the top, but with this, because it's PVA, it's not that glossy on the top, but it will be glossy. Look, I've made a hole there. It might not be quite obvious, but there is a hole there, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, so stick this down. I think I've covered everywhere. Everywhere looks wet to me. And then you just go round the edges with your brush. Let's get it so you can see. So just go around your edges with your brush and push up the edge a little bit, and that helps with the peeling off. If that's done, all the way around the edges, so that it comes up at the edge. It does give the edge a really nice edge as well, although what I'm making with it makes no odds, because you're not going to see the edge, so it doesn't really matter. You'll be making new edges and cutting them and things. So, but it does make the peeling up better. The peeling up is very satisfying. I'm not going to show you that because this has to dry, and it won't dry in time for this to go up. Da, 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 da. And we're done. So there we go. That's that. Just stick that in the pot before I over sticky now. So that is what you end up with. And by putting the re-inker in it, you get a little bit of a vintage look. Now I'm going to move this out of the way. I usually put this near the window with the sun shining in. If you haven't got any sunshine, then I just leave it near a radiator, not on it, but near it. And then it dries. And to peel off, you literally bring it back. I just fold it up like that and start peeling, and it just comes away. So this is it done with the pattern bit. So you can do it with the pattern bit as well. So you can see there you've got shiny on that side, and it is sort of quite nice and matte on that side. And I did make things with this, but they have completely disappeared. They disappeared at the retreat. Don't know where they went to show, but I basically made with this everything that I made with the non-patterned one. Okay, so now we'll resume the original video. So what we're going to do with this, so I thought, you've got a choice. You can use the shiny side, you can use the non-shiny side. I'm going to use the non-shiny side. I've got an old will here. This is from my own collection, and I've just printed it on ordinary copier paper. So I want to put something on the back, so I'm going to use a bit of book page on the back there, and then I'll adhere this on the front, so it's got like a parchment look to it, so it looks really old. So I'm just gonna, you know, do a little portion of it, rather than you know, do the whole thing. So I'm just gonna put glue stick all the way around this to tear it. I am making this up as I go along, so I'm running out of days to the retreat, and I want to show, well, I want people to be able to make a few different things. So I did make a few things, and then I thought, well, then I'm going to want to do videos. So I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone by just going to put a little bit of glue around this. Yeah, by doing this filming, so I've no idea how we're going to end up, but I will add an introduction so you'll know what I made. Or not. If it all goes horribly Pete Tong, then you won't. So split that round the edge, and then I printed a load of these things on copier paper to take with me to do sort of collaging or masterballs. Sometimes I just end up where, you know, my head's full. I can't think anymore. So I then will just mess around with masterboards, and then I can use them in things afterwards. There we go, got a bit of glue on there, it doesn't matter. So we've got that. So now I'm just going to rip that off. Usually wait until it's dry, but I ain't got that luxury. Because it's copier paper, it just rips really nicely. There we go, I'll leave that for more collaging. So we've got that like that. So then we want a bit of this on the front, like so. So let's come back to my book here. That's a bit gluey now, isn't it? So I'm going to cover the front of this with some glue. I mean, I did think about just going around the edge of it. but you know what thought did. Oh dear. A bit of this. So that all the edges are covered. And then stick that on there. And then we've got an end bit there, which we can use for something else. Make a nice little bag. I mean, this is half a napkin, as opposed to a full one. Okay. Managed to get a bit of glue on there, it's fine. But I'm just gonna cut this now. So I'll use that for something. I might keep this for collage fodder. Looks a little bit like faux sticky tape. That could be a use for these little offcuts. There we go. And that's going to make a little bag, I think. Right, so there we go. Let's have a little look. See, there's a few places where that's not very well cut down, but I'm not bothered because I'm gonna do something different with it. Right, so I'm gonna create a square. Fold that across there, cut that up, and then I've got this for something. Right, so we've created a square. And I'm going to go this way and just make a little bit of a mark there. So let me just ink those up a bit so you can see them. So I've made envelopes like this before. So we've got our line there, and we've got a partial line there. Okay, so we fold the corner into there, on this corner into there. And before I crease that, I'm bringing in my board because I like to make sure that I'm straight. That does look quite straight. I think we'll have that as the top, just because the words seem to be going the right way. That way the words are upside down. So I'm then gonna have this on the board, come down a tad, put that across there, make sure it's straight, and then that's going to fold up. The point should meet that point there. That's that, and then I'm going to fold down on this line here. Get my bone folder to help on that. That will fold down, and that gives us our nice envelope. I want to get rid of this triangle bit there, so go along there, get rid of that. love it. So I'm going to round that corner like so, and I'm an inker, so I will ink around this. I'll ink around this. And this feels lovely. It's almost leather-like. And I love it. Now you've got these little corner bits here, which I tend to leave, but you can trim them if you want to. And if you want to, you need to do it now. So you can take them out. So that's like the notches you would get in an envelope punch board. Oh, I was nearly going to take them out. You can take those ones out if you don't want the bulk. So that'll be that out there. So you've lost that bit there. If it's too bulky here, you can take these out as well. But I quite like them. I don't think they're too bad. So now we need to ink on that bit there, because the inking police would get us if we don't. There we go. And I need to come down here. So now we can use our glue. Glue that little triangle down. And then we're going to want to put a bit of glue on that bit there. We want to glue up there. And glue up here. But not on there. And that should be all points covered. And that is a lovely, lovely envelope for your journal. So it's, if you'd have used paper thicker than copier paper, that might be a little bit too thick for you. So copier paper was good. So that's what I do with that. We've got this bit left over. Shall we do something with that? Actually, that could be a nice tag. So brown paper packaging, tied up with string. I'll have one of them. Yeah. Gonna glue it on there. This will add stiffness to it. Chucking colour all over. That's a heck of a lot of colour, Jess. Oh, it's cheap as chips. There we go. So just push that down. Look at that, far too much glue, Jess. Look at it oozing out. Really don't need to slather it like I just did. Right, I'm going to get, so that my board doesn't get all gluey, that will squeeze more out. There. Look at that. Blooming loads, Jez. So, yeah, that was a silly amount of glue. But that should be the excess squeezed out. So, take my sticky scissors and we'll just trim that off. And I'll probably straighten it up, because that will not be straight and that will annoy me if it's not straight. So I'm gonna make that the straight edge, yeah, something like that, something like that. And then what we're getting, about 2, just shy of 2 there. That's good enough for me. So I can now come in I might have the plain bit at the bottom. Yeah, the plain bit at the bottom. There we go. Nice little tag hopper. I might have waited a bit longer if I was doing this on my own, because it would have cut that much better. Let's do corners. And there, we've got a really lovely feel of a tag. We'll, of course, ink around the edge. Now, it needs a bit of a decoration on it. Yeah, love it. So we've got a tag, we've got an envelope, we've got this little bit left here. So what are we going to do with this? I think we might just make a little bag. So I'm going to neaten the edges so that we are working with a straight edge. Okay, that's better. Oh, I nearly threw the trimmer in the bin. I nearly put the offcuts in where the trimmer goes. Right, so now we've straightened that up, just folding up a little bit there, using my lines to help me keep straight. Go over there and bring that over there. That is what we call in the trade straightish. So now what we want to do is we want to keep the centre one, but we want to get rid of the corner ones. So I come up ever so slightly above the crease and go down to the corner there, and I'm going to just cut a wedge. Right, so I'm going to try and replicate that wedge. Doesn't matter if it's not quite right, just ever so slightly up. And the reason why you come ever so slightly above where the crease is so that when that's folded over, there's nothing stopping that going up there. And then you can decide what you want to do with the top. You could do a fold down, or you could just do it sort of open with pinking shears. That's what I like to use. And just cut it across, match up the teeth so you get a straight line like that. And you can, then what I do is I open it up, put the two edges together where the crease is, and then just go ever so slightly down and sort of curve it up a bit. It does end up being a little bit more like a straight line, and that gives you a little depression there. Keep that for some faux tape, I think. Scissors galore, Jez. Scissors galore. Do you really need all these scissors on your desk? Right. And now I am going to glue those down together. So we're going to go a little bead along the inside of that one. On the outside of this one. So there's not too much of a hangover there. I've used I want a bit of paper to go down there. There, I'll just use this. Just want to make sure it doesn't ooze. There we go. Press that down. This dries clear, but you will see a little bit, but not much. There we go. A little tiny bit of oozing, but I think we're sorted now. And then I'm just going to go along the edge of that bit of the bag, and then up round there, and down there. And then I just put my bone folder down there to make sure we're not glued to the inside at all. And that's my little bag. So we've got a little tag, a little envelope, and a little bag, all from half serviette paper napkin. You know, the inner layer. I love that. Could have done it the other way around so it was shiny on the outside, but I did it that way. Here's one I made earlier that is the shiny on the outside. That was with the top layer. So made it in exactly the same way, but we've got the shiny on the outside, which I like that as well. Now you could decorate these if you want to. I think we might do a little bit of decoration as we're here. What might I do on these? Let's have a little look-see in the little ephemera folder. That's quite a nice little grungy looking butterfly. Colour goes nice, doesn't it? With that one. I think that sticks out a bit better. I might put that one on there. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So get another one of them. And then, shall we stick a label on? These are labels I made myself. No, I don't want a bird with a butterfly, actually, Jez. What else have I got here? Oh, I might do a specimen there. Right. There, I want to see the word specimen. So it's like it's a little right, maybe I'll do collect there on the side and put that there. What are we going to do with you? Got this. Now I'm having a little look, see what else I might do, because is it going to be in my springtime? Like that. I'm not sure, Jess, to be honest. I don't think I do like it. I think they're all going to fall out. There we go, that's my decision made. So, going to ink a few bits up. I want to just put a little bit of glue on this butterfly there. Sounds cool. So these are all bits that I made myself using my stamps. I think this is an edge of a book page. That's some avocado dyed paper. That was some pattern paper that I used postage stamp punch to punch it out. And then there's bits that are Tracy Fox Artibays. There we go, and then we'll just do this last one. And then we just need a bit of ribbon. That's purple. It's not the right purple though, Jez. It's not. It won't do. I might take a bit of this and colour it. I'm looking here, and that does look like that might be right, although it doesn't always come out the colour it is on here. So let's see. I think it's all right. So there we go. That is that done. So that is how I'm using my faux glassine, faux rice paper. Well, so that is an idea that I will be sharing on the retreat. So something else to do with your paper napkins. So I can now film the introduction. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed that. And I will put this sheet from the wheel. I'll put it on my Ko-fi site, so you can get that as a freebie on there. Okay, bye for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe.